This is music, and this is Mayday. This is a response to another thread started by Randaros Musicworld. If you like your vinyl community content and you like pretty much any style of music from pop music to death metal, check out his channel. He's got you covered there. So this is a response to his Gimme Five thread, also known as the Mayday thread. And the themes are 5 and May. And of course, that's because May is the fifth month of the year. So there are 5 tasks for us, and I don't think the order really matters. So the first one is spell May in albums. Then shout out 5 channels here on YouTube. Then show 5 albums by artists whose names begin with M. Then list 5 artists you would like to meet and greet with. And then either show albums by 5 artists whose vocalists are women, or just show 5 random albums from your collection. So let's get started. Let's spell May in albums. M is for Maceration. This is It Never Ends. This is old school death metal. It's a Danish band featuring former members of Invocator. Dan Svane is also involved in Maceration. This is great stuff. Fantastic artwork too. Kind of, I don't know, kind of Cthulhu in a way. But yeah, if you like your old school death metal, check this out. It's great stuff. Okay. A is for Encore What? This is when obscenity becomes the norm with this horrifying picture. I am not sure, but I think it's from the Vietnam War. This is thrash metal with a little bit of punk injected into it. So basically, it's crossover thrash. Really good stuff with some politically charged lyrics. But yeah, I enjoy this album despite the scary picture on the cover. And Y is for yes. You got some man buns for those of you who like a bit of man cheek. There you go. Yeah, Y is for yes. This is Going for the One. Not my favorite Yes album, but it's pretty good nonetheless. So there you go. Okay. Shout out 5 channels here on YouTube. I'm just going to go off the top of my head here. Morten Ostad, the Mighty Metal Marty Mac, uh, Metal Down Under, Attack from Down Under, and Roger Chorvik. There you go. Okay, now 5 albums by artists whose names begin with M. We'll start with this one here. Mari Hamada. This is Lunatic Doll. And this is, as far as I remember, it's her debut album. It's like traditional metal with a good dose of speed metal, and she has a very distinct voice. Really good stuff. This was the beginning of her very long career. She's put out a lot of really good stuff throughout her career. Next, we got Mekong Delta, the Han Solo album. I don't know, this guy looks a little bit like Han Solo. If Han Solo had a beard, ah, well, maybe it's more the fashion choice. But this is progressive thrash metal. It's a bit of a challenging listen if you're not used to progressive and technical thrash metal. But this might be the album that maybe will get you into that genre. Who knows? It's a great album, great band. Some of their stuff is more like symphonic thrash metal, and some of it is more like progressive rock and not that thrashy, but it's all good. Up next, Metal Church. Some people say this is a thrash band. To me, it's not a thrash band, but I'm not the genre police. To me, it's heavy metal with a lot of oomph to it. In any case, legendary band, legendary album. Next, this is thrash to me for sure. Mesro. Then came The Killing. A little bit of melody here, a lot of aggression there. It's a great thrash metal album. Some people say this is just like meh. To me, it's not meh. To me, it's a great album. So there you go, Mesro. I know there's meh in Mesro. Wonderful. And last, we got Mortal Sin, Mayhemic Destruction, also thrash metal from Australia. This is the one with the professional looking cover art. The original has a less professional looking piece of artwork. Still pretty cool though. Uh, but yeah, I had the chance to pick this one up and I decided why wait around for a copy of the original cover artwork when the music is the same, and copies of the original cover artwork are typically insanely expensive. Anyways, the next task is list 5 artists that you would like to meet and greet with, and I don't have I don't have the desire to meet and greet with artists, to be perfectly honest with you. Certainly not informal meet and greets, forget about it. Um, the only one I can think of, it would be pretty cool to hang out in Michael Danner's record store. One of the now former, sadly, guitarists of Merciful Fate and one of the best rock and metal guitarists in Denmark. He has a record shop. It would be cool to hang out in his record shop and just chat with him about, I guess, music. But that's the only one I can think of. So, yeah, better move on to the next task and the last task, too. And that is show 5 albums by artists whose vocalists are women, or just show 5 random albums from your collection. I've gone with the first option. So, artists whose vocalists are women. And this one here, Moonstreak, Roadkill, it even begins with M. So this is actually an all-woman thrash speed metal band, and this is really good. This is up there, I think, with a lot of the dude thrash metal bands from back in the day. So there you go. Definitely worth checking out. Next we have Hot Lady by Megumi Hayakawa, and she's a solo vocalist, and she's a woman. And this doesn't look like even a rock album, but it is. It's a metal album. It's 80s metal. She has, I don't think any of her albums actually look metal, but the music is pretty good 80s metal. So there you go. Next, we got Thrash Queen, Manslayer, and although it's called Thrash Queen, it's more of a speed metal band, very inspired by Motorhead, so it's more in the vein of Warfare and that stuff. This is the worst sounding album I have in my collection, or one of the worst sounding albums I have in my collection. Nothing wrong with the music, but the production is really bad. You can barely hear what's going on. That adds a certain charm to it for sure, but it's also kind of annoying. I wish the production were better. I don't know if this has already happened, but this would be a prime candidate for remixing and reissuing on, I don't know, maybe Dive Bomb or something. I would buy it. Okay, next we have Snow White, Act of God, also thrash speed metal, and they also obviously have a lady on vocals, and she's got more like a lot of attitude to her singing. It's kind of belting, and this is great. I'm one of the few people that don't hate this cover artwork. It's kind of weird, but that's what I like about it. But this is a great thrash metal release, thrash speed metal perhaps. And last, one of the veterans, one of the legends, Leather Leone. Leather. This is the second album. Uh, Traditional metal, I don't know if it has, if you can say it has hints of power metal, maybe slight hints, but a great album nonetheless. So there you go. That was my take on the Gimme Five slash Mayday challenge thread. Although, I have to admit that I failed in one of the tasks. Thanks for watching.